Hello everyone, this is part 2 from freefincal, and let's discuss how to use the freefincal equity mutual fund outperformance screener in this video. When you open the file, the one with the macro buttons, you will first see a sheet called the screener inputs, and this will have the macro buttons there. But before we get to that, let's look at the screener results first, all of them. So this is only a partial screen, so let me go back here just a moment and clear all the filters. So that's the full data. Now, first column, you have the fund category, the benchmark, the fund name, the number of returns, the rolling returns of the index considered over 1 year, number of rolling returns for over 1 year considered for the fund. These two will be the same because the dates have to match. The number of times the fund has bet the index over this period, 1 year, and this is the consistency. So the number of the consistency in rolling return outperformance, this is a ratio of number of times the fund has bet the index by the total number of returns. So this is the rolling return outperformance consistency over 1 year, column G. Then you have what is known as the upside performance. So you look at over this 1 year period monthly returns, and you ask yourself, did the fund beat the index when the index was moving up? So every time that happened, you calculate the upside capture and you calculate the consistency. How consistently did the fund beat the index when the index was moving up? And this is the next one is called downside protection consistency. So you ask yourself, how consistently did the fund beat the index when the index was moving down? That's called downside protection. So there are three types of consistency ratios. This is return outperformance consistency, upside performance consistency, and downside protection consistency. So all the green cells are for 1 year duration. The same data is repeated for 2 years. Those are the blue cells, and then for 3 years the pink cells, the gray cells is for 4 years, and then again the blue cells is for 5 years. Now all the funds here are direct funds, therefore you will not get data beyond 5 years. So that's what you will see in the results, and we are going to screen them with the buttons shown here, or you can also manually screen them. For example, you can click on this and select the category, or you can choose this rolling return outperformance. Say I want a outperformance greater than or equal to, and so on. You can do that yourself manually, but the buttons will also do it for you. And the next sheet is the set of about 15 funds which for which the data could not be computed for various reasons. The URL, the AMFI NAV URL was wrong or something like that. Maybe the code was wrong. So these are probably mistakes on my part. I'll figure it out in future editions. And then you have the last 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 year returns. That means from the last business day you calculate the 1 year, 2 year, 3 year returns backwards. So this will change with every business day, and I have calculated this as on 22nd July probably, because I started it in the afternoon yesterday. So I will not talk about this. For screening, I don't recommend using this, but you can also screen using this. The data filter buttons are shown here. You can also recommend screen with consistently higher returns and so on, but I will not discuss this. So let's get back to the screener inputs. So I'll show you two ways to screen. The first is you decide what category you want to screen. So let's say we are going to choose a mid cap fund, and then I'm going to say click, and you will see that if you go back to the results, you will see all the mid cap funds are listed here, and only about 18 funds are there or so. So that's already a short list. Now, among this, we are going to ask, or every 3-year period possible, I want the fund to have bet the benchmark 70% of the times, at least 70% of the times or more. So 3-year rolling return outperformance 70% of the time. I click that, and now if I go to the 3-year segment, sorry, it's right here. So those are the 3-year segment. If you pause the video, you will see a small funnel here. So that's the filter applied. So you will see rolling return outperformance greater than or equal to 70% here. So these are the funds which have bet the category benchmark return over 3 years at least 70% of the times or more, right? So let's again ask 70% outperformance in returns over 5 years. Click that, and now if you go to the 5-year window, you will again see that small funnel here. Now you can see all the funds have 100% outperformance. So now you have a nice short list of about 6 funds to choose from. You can simply choose one. But if you have trouble choosing, what I would suggest is you ask for downside protection consistency. So the fund should perform better than the index when the index is falling, and its performance should be 70% or more consistent over 3 years. And now you have 3 funds to choose from, and I don't know if you make it 5 years, it's probably all go away. Again, you have 3 funds, so it's not bad. So those are the 3 funds. You can simply choose one. So that's the way you can screen, right? And of course there are multiple ways to screen. Now let me show you another way. I'll clear all the filters and come back here, and I'm now going to not worry about the category. Just as category, you can also choose the benchmark, but let's not get there. Now I'm not going to worry about category or the benchmark. I'm going to say I demand downside protection consistency of 70% over 5 years. Go back, or 70% over 4 years. Go back, 70% over 3 years. Go back, 70% over 2 years. Go back, 70% over 1 year. That's it. Now I have a nice short list, and I think this is about 40-45 funds or so, of all the funds with fantastic downside protection consistently over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 year period. And of course this is across all categories. You can now shortlist the category. For example, if I want a tax saving fund, I can just choose that, and I got a nice short list here. Or if I wanted a, let's say a hybrid aggressive fund, aggressive allocation, and you got a nice short list there. It should be aggressive HYAH, aggressive hybrid. HY is hybrid, AH is aggressive hybrid. So these are the equity oriented balance funds. They are now called this thanks to the SEBI categorization. So this is how you can use the screener. You can use it in multiple ways. Don't use it before actually playing with it, understanding what the numbers mean, and look for patterns. Look for funds that have got excellent downside protection. Look at their returns. Are they only protecting downside, or are they also getting returns? Look at the very high upside performance and look at the returns. Performing well when the index is moving up is good, but it should finally the return should also be good. So look for such correlations, and you will understand how different funds behave. People want to know what kind of fund this is. If you want to know what kind of fund this is, the answer lies here. You can understand some funds will consistently do well when the index is falling. Some funds will consistently do well only when the index is moving up. Some funds will do both, and so on. So explore. Don't be in a hurry to choose, and so on. This is where you learn about mutual funds. So I'll catch you all in another video. Bye bye.